Hello friends and welcome to our table. So I'm doing a little something different this week. In light of the inflation that we are all suffering, I wanted to show you how I feed my family of 4 on roughly $50 a week. So I have 2 receipts here, and the reason that I have 2 is to show you a little bit of a baseline. The way that I work with my groceries is I can spend about 50. Obviously I can spend more. Sometimes we do spend more, but I'm sticking to 50 to show you that it's possible, to show you how I do it. Generally the way that it works is I'll go to the store and I'll have a budget in mind of about $50, and I'll go and I'll find the things that I need that total about $50. The next week when I go, I will do the same thing, but I will alternate buying specific things while other things are on repeat. For instance, every week I buy bags of apples because every day they eat apples, so every week we need apples. Other things we don't need quite as often, so I will take the dollars that I would spend on that item, and one week I would spend the dollars on milk. And then the next week, I would spend those milk dollars on yogurt. And then the next week, I would spend those dairy dollars on cheese. By the next week, we're coming back around and I have to repeat the purchase for milk. We have 3 bags of apples, so apples, apples, apples. Each one of those bags at the time that I bought it was $4.24. It's actually gone up a little bit since I made this video. They were $4.54 this morning when we went. A couple of months before that, it was $3.38, but we're not talking about that. That's why we're making this video. It's about inflation. We are still keeping up. Doesn't matter how much they raise the prices, we can still keep our budget in check, and we're gonna do it. Then we've got a bag of potatoes for $3.68. Then we've got a package of bell peppers for $3.58. We have iceberg lettuce, $1.48. I did buy a watermelon. The watermelon was $3.68. However, I actually had a watermelon left over from the week prior that I was able to use throughout all of the dishes that I used watermelon in for this week. So I'm actually going to subtract the $3.68 from my total budget. So bananas, we spent $1.37. Green grapes, we spent $6.35. And again, I had purple grapes left from the week prior. So the first meal that you'll see I'm making with purple grapes because I was using the leftovers. And then we go on to make some meals with green grapes, but we did not use that full $6.35 of grapes. So those green grapes will carry over into the next week. Cucumber, $1.48. That's just for one. I got a package of tortillas for $2.78. I used about half of those tortillas. So if you want to cut that budget in half, be about $1.39. Then we have 2 cans of tomato sauce, 98 cents each, so that's $2. And then it's not pictured here because I didn't actually physically buy the pasta, but I have a pantry full of pasta. So I pulled 2 boxes of pasta out from my pantry to use for this week's meal planning session. If I had bought the pasta at the store, it would have been 92 cents and 92 cents. So I did plug that into my budget here. And then I got a package of sour cream for $2.38. I use sour cream like people use butter and mayonnaise. We don't use mayonnaise in our house. We use sour cream. We put in ranch seasoning, and we use that for spread on our sandwiches. We use it for topping on our pasta, and we use it for flavoring our potatoes. We use it for dipping carrot snacks. It's all good. We love ranch and we love sour cream. Then we got a package of yogurt for $4.82. Again, I used about half of it in a week, so generally yogurt can carry over for me for about 2 weeks. Is it even on this receipt? Tortillas, bagels, cream cheese, Greek yogurt. Yeah, Greek yogurt. Okay, so the Greek yogurt I bought the previous week, but I included it in the total to be fair to my $50 budget. Bought as a full package, it would be $4.82. But again, I had this left over from the previous week, so I only used about half that value, so $2.41. And then we got a carton of eggs for $3.42. And then a couple of ingredients that we used that we had on hand already from previous weeks. We used 2 carrots. I buy a big bag of carrots about once a month. It's $3.88, and I think I used 25 cents worth of carrots. We used a splash of milk. That was milk that I had left over from a previous week. So we're gonna say we used about 25 cents worth of milk. Ditalini pasta I always keep in the pantry. It's about $1.50 for that box. So one box generally lasts me about 4 or 5 soup meals. So conservatively, we'll say 25 cents worth of ditalini. And then also 3 handfuls of frozen corn. Again, frozen corn I just buy when I run out. I keep it in the freezer. It's a couple bucks. So maybe 25 cents worth of corn. We go on with all of these ingredients. You can see the grapes, the watermelon, the pepper, the bananas, the eggs, the lettuce, the apples, sour cream, tomato sauce, tortillas, potatoes. So day 1, we had some banana, sliced that up and served that in 3 bowls with some sliced up grapes, cute little face there. And then we added some sliced up watermelon and a dollop of vanilla yogurt on the side for dipping, a little extra protein, a little extra calories to fill them up and help them grow. They love it. Moving on to lunch, we are going to do tortilla sandwiches with, like I said, a smear of ranch sour cream, and then sliced up cucumbers, sliced up yellow pepper, and a nice healthy chunk of lettuce. It's very simple, but it's crunchy and delicious and light and refreshing. Perfect kind of summertime lunch when it's hot outside. They love this kind of sandwich. For dinner, we just did a simple baked potato. And then we're on to day 2, and we're having breakfast smoothies. It is delicious. It is frothy and sweet, and they love when I make them a smoothie. This one was really nice. I hadn't made a smoothie with watermelon before, and it just gives this whole new level of summertime watermelon freshness that I just absolutely adored, and they loved it too. Then lunch on day 2, we made my famous soup. So in the Instant Pot goes 1 28-ounce can of tomato sauce, and then I will fill up that can with water. I will add that. So now I've got 1 can of water, 1 can of sauce, and then we do, like I said, 3 handfuls of ditalini. And then I diced up a carrot and added that, and then 3 little handfuls of corn. Put the Instant Pot lid on, pressure cook on high for 3 minutes. That's it. It's so easy. You steam it, and then you get this beautiful, creamy, deliciously tasty tomato soup. All right, so dinner day 2, we are cooking up a box of rotini. I topped it with a little bit of sour cream, and they loved it. All right, breakfast on day 3, we did some scrambled eggs. They love eggs as a sandwich, so we did scrambled eggs on a tortilla as a breakfast wrap. Lunch day 3, we just did a little salad. So chopped up iceberg lettuce, cucumber, carrots, peppers. I served that salad with a little dollop of sour cream in the middle and a banana for everybody as well to help fill them up. Dinner on the 3rd day, I took leftover soup and leftover pasta, and we put them together and we heat it up in a pot. It comes out really, really good. Just for the record, a lot of these video clips you do see 3 dishes. There's my dinner. Very often I will just eat out of the dish that I cooked in because I don't like to dirty any more dishes than I have to. All right, breakfast on the 4th day, we do 3 little dishes of yogurt and a sliced banana on top. I only needed 1 banana, and it was able to stretch across 3 dishes, and it was just perfect. Lunch, we're doing sandwiches again. Then dinner, we did boiled carrots and mashed potatoes. Breakfast on the 5th day, we did a bowl of frozen watermelon and frozen grapes. If you've never had your watermelon or your grapes frozen, you're missing out. It's like bite-sized sherbet. It's just delectable and delicious. And then lunch, we repeated that nice sandwich with lettuce and pepper and watermelon on the side. And then dinner on the 5th day, I made soup again with a 2nd can of tomato sauce. Breakfast on the 6th day, we're repeating a nice watermelon smoothie. Lunch on day 6, we're doing a repeat of pasta. Dinner on day 6, we can combine those leftovers. Day 7 breakfast, we're repeating frozen fruit. Lunch on day 7, we're repeating a salad. And then dinner on day 7, we're having potatoes and carrots again. So there you have it. Less than $50, I was able to feed 4 people for an entire week. We did have a few meals repeated, but as long as you can stagger in between and you're not having the same meal every single time that you eat, it's not really a big deal. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes life gets a little bit boring. Sometimes the meals get a little bit repetitive. But if you have to do that to save money, it's not a big deal. Next month, if you have a little bit of extra money, you can spend a little bit more and enjoy yourself a little bit, have a little bit more flexibility, get yourself a steak. Manager's Special, $2.71. Plenty of variety. You just gotta look for the sales, look for the baseline products that are always cheap, that you can always make an inexpensive meal out of. Find your favorite things, make your favorite meals, and you can get it done. Join us next time, and until then, stay hungry, my friends.